Hello YouTube, how are we doing? Happy August. If this is the first time we're meeting, welcome. My name is Jessie. Welcome to my channel. Every month I do a channeled energetic theme tarot reading just to give you a nice energetic foundation to work from for the month. This is a part of my monthly newsletter that I also send out where I dig into the energy a little bit deeper. I'm doing some personal reflections, and that is also the place where I put discounts for readings. So if you're interested in any of that, you get first access to this video. The link is down below. And on my social media channels throughout the month after I've put out this video, I also talk about how the energetic theme is showing up for me, how I'm moving through the energy, the practices, all the things. So I am on YouTube, obviously, as well as TikTok and Instagram. And what I can say is sometimes when there's delays in getting these videos out, like this month, I'm always posting that on my Instagram. So if you're interested in any of that, you know where to find me. And before we get into the video, if this resonates for you and you're thinking of someone else as you're watching this video, please share my work. I love when you share my work. So if that feels aligned, wonderful. All right, we're going to do a live channeling today. Sometimes I pull the cards and jot things down and go for it, but I'm feeling called just to get a little crazy and do a live channeling today. So before we do that, let's get into the receiving mode. Little plug there. Let's get into the receiving mode and close your eyes if you're in the space to do so. Okay. So let's just take a big inhale up. Exhale, sigh it out. One more for good measure. Inhale up. Sigh it out. If it feels good, you can stay here a little bit longer, but I'm going to start shuffling the cards, see what wants to come in. The energetic theme for the month is receiving, so that's why I said little plug of receiving mode. I'm really excited to talk about this energy because it feels like a breath of fresh air for some of the things that we have been moving through collectively. Okay. And what I want to share about this reading is that I had originally tried to channel it before the full moon in Aquarius that we had at the beginning of this month. And every time I was trying to do it, I was just getting interrupted. We had people working on our lawn at the time and they were right outside the window. And then my boyfriend kept going into the kitchen and making noises. And it was just all of these things where it really wasn't feeling aligned and it was feeling forced and I was feeling pretty frustrated. And then I was tuning into the energy. My guides were saying that we had a big collective timeline hop, if that's what you call it. I mean, we're always sort of shifting timelines individually by shifting our internal state. Our external state will shift to reflect that. So we're doing that consistently. But sometimes when there's a high amount of anxiety in the collective and you're feeling a lot of fatigue, which has been the past few years, right? That can also indicate that we're going through a really big timeline shift. And so my guides were saying to me that it was important that I waited to put this video out after this timeline shift. So here we are. All right. Oh, I love this. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. So the first card that we have here is Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is paired with Nine of Swords. So we've been going through a really big throat chakra upgrade. And what these cards are referring to with Seven of Cups and Nine of Swords is there's a little bit of disillusionment with Seven of Cups, and then also fears up in our head with Nine of Swords. When it comes to, let me see how they want to phrase this. Fear of receiving. When it comes to, if we initiate, if we use our voice, if we take that step to ask the universe for what we want, there can be fears that come up. We can get up in our head. We can also have this really negative connotation. And also what my guides want to say is there's a lot of information around there on how to manifest. And what they're saying is that in the month of August, if you're energetically aligned with this video, and you'll know that by how this energy feels in your body as I'm speaking. If it feels like a yes, it's a yes. If you feel like you're forcing it, then this might not be the video for you. Is that in the month of August, this sort of if it feels a little foggy or things aren't happening for you, it's going to feel really good for you in August. They're saying that the receiving mode is going to feel more effortless. And what I'm really excited about in August is there's going to be way more synchronicities than there have, towards the end of June. I don't know if you were also experiencing this, but if we are energetically aligned, you probably were. Crazy amounts of synchronicities, crazy amounts of telepathic interactions, just these what we might have called a coincidence back in the day. It's you can't even make this stuff up. It's just wild how it's happening. And so for the month of August, keep an eye out for that. And also with the theme of receiving, getting into the receiving mode, if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks's work, that's what August is about. And what's really cool about this month is that it gets to be more easeful. My guides are also saying you're gonna understand what your specific blueprint is for manifesting. Again, I know that there's a lot of ideology, there's a lot of step by step. For me personally, when it comes to manifesting, it's always felt super messy, and I'm I kind of don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just walking this path with an intention, and at my core I can be really stubborn, so using my stubbornness to my advantage when it comes to manifestation, and I'm just really gonna go for it, and I'm not gonna look in any other direction. But what's cool about this month is that it gets to feel more easeful. And so I want to talk about the next card, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a card of unity. It's a card of celebration. So it can be engagements, pregnancies, things of coming together, experiences of coming together, reasons to celebrate. But specifically overall, Ace of Cups is a card of receiving. And we have it paired with the Six of Swords here. And Six of Swords is when we're going off in a new adventure, and we don't necessarily know where it's going to lead, but we're receiving information from source to go there. Okay, there was something that I was channeling in before this video, and I want to dig deeper into that. Yes. Okay. So when it comes to the pings, the synchronicities, the telepathic communication, and the high amount of information that you're going to receive from source this month, what they're saying is act on it. Even if it doesn't necessarily make sense, can you create that habit of working with source rather than okay, I'm going to do this to get this external result? It's no, I'm trusting my intuition. Source is communicating me to go down this Six of Sword path. And I'm going to do my best to let go of the expectation, let go of if I do this, then this will happen, and trust that source is guiding me. And where we're going with this, as far as just trusting our intuition and acting from our intuition without necessarily knowing okay, if I do this, then I get this, which in some ways is beautiful, but can also be very self-serving, right? We're starting to switch into, when we're using our intuition, then we are we're creating more of a collective state of being. And that's sort of this new earth, whatever you want to call it. It's not necessarily new earth, but this new state of being that we're stepping into in the collective, this reality that is available to us right now. yeah, it's like this new way of doing things. I'll share a personal example of recently I was getting this absolutely beautiful massage, and I kind of went into this floaty in between world state where almost like a dreamlike state where I just had this ping and download to send one of my friends who is getting married soon, send them money to get their own massage. And I received it in that state, but then when I got out of the massage and I was in the human stressor of the world state, I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not just going to randomly say, like, I received a message that I need to send you this money. But Spirit was like, nope, just trust where this is going to lead, send them the money. And that's what I did. And they were super grateful and they received it. And I don't necessarily know why it was important for me to send that money to be sort of that initiation for them, but I'm taking a step back and maybe the answer will come to me, but maybe not. It's when we're receiving this information from source and acting from it, it's allowing us to create a new reality where we are co-creating together and we're co-creating abundance and love together. That leads me into this next set of cards. So we have the Star card. Always love when this card gets pulled. It's a beautiful omen. And we have the Five of Coins card. So the Five of Coins card, which we have been redefining and clearing out the wound when it comes to collective energy and money, how that shows up for us individually, how that shows up for us transgenerationally. What these cards are telling me is that there is going to be pressure taken off of us this month when it comes to finances, which I know if you look in the tangible 3D world, it can feel like there's a lot going on when it comes to finances, a lot going on. With Five of Cups, if you look at this picture, there is this boy kind of looking down when in the window the sun is shining through. There's these coin energies here, but this person is so focused on looking down and so stuck in the past as to what has transpired in the past that they're not allowing themselves to see that there is this abundant energy coming through. And so that's been a collective energy that we've been working through. Now, Source is telling me that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I want to just pull a clarifying card around that to see if we can get anything more tangible, because so what they're kind of relating it to is, I just keep hearing it's a frequency shift. It's a state of being shift. And so if we continue to follow our intuition and follow these nudges and act in service of source, rather than like more of, I do this so I get this, that is what is going to help us continue to clear out these wounds when it comes to finances. I just pulled 10 of Swords, and what this is telling me is it's time to let go of the past when it comes to our relationship with money. And it feels like new ideas when it comes to energetic exchange want to come through. So you might be watching this and have some really cool sparks, some really cool nudges from Source this month. So overall, receiving. The month of receiving, expect a lot of synchronicities, expect a lot of telepathic communication, expect a lot of downloads from Source. And what I can tell you is to follow the nudges. Sometimes our human side can get in the way, and we might not necessarily know where Source is guiding us, but Source is always guiding us, always loving us. So let me know if this resonated for you. Let me know the aha moments that this created for you. And also let me know the telepathic moments that you have been happening. I mean, it's been wild for me right now. I don't know if my partner realizes it, how much, but we are just like reading each other's minds throughout the day so much. It's kind of wild. So, thank you so much for watching. Happy August, and I am sending you love.